Hi, I'm Jim Fazzackerly. I'm a public safety veteran, and I've been teaching CPR, first aid, and disaster preparedness for a number of years. What I want to do with you today is talk about choke saving and the basics of CPR. So when we think about giving someone a life-saving therapy like that, it's really important to recognize when an adult is choking. And we're also going to talk about when to recognize that a person's not breathing at all and might require cardiopulmonary resuscitation. We're going to go through a few steps on how to do CPR on an adult, and then also how to effectively call 911 to get more advanced medical help on the way. So first of all, choking is when something like a piece of food, typically, or another object is blocking the victim's airway. That is the part of the throat that leads to the lungs. So no air is able to pass through. Now some choking is mild, and someone may be still able to talk or cough during that episode. And that's not one that we worry about. But if the choking is severe, then we have to take action. And the way that you'll know that choking is severe is when the person is unable to make any noise at all, the person is not able to cough, or the person is holding both hands in front of their neck using the universal choking sign, like you see Mia here doing. If that's the case, you need to take action right away. And here are the basic steps that you can take. First of all, you can ask the victim, "Are you choking? Okay, I can help you. I know CPR." Once you do that, it's time to place yourself behind the victim and take one hand and create a fist with it and place the fist down in front of your victim's abdomen, right about the level of the belly button. With your other arm, you want to put your hand over that fist, and then you're going to make rapid upward thrusts with fist and arm up into the belly of your victim. That should be enough after a few vigorous chest or abdominal compressions to expel whatever it is out of their mouth. If that happens though, you should still call 911 to make sure that that person is going to continue to improve. And when you do, there's some basic information that you need to have ready. In fact, anytime you call 911, here's what they're going to want to know. First of all, what is your exact location? Not just street address, but within that address, where are you? On a large campus, what building are you in, etc. Then the next thing they'll want to know is what is the breathing status of the person that you're with? Are they breathing or not breathing? They'll want to ask you what is the approximate age of the victim that you're trying to help. They're also going to want to know their awake status. Are they unconscious and you can't wake them, or are they awake but confused, or are they completely awake? And the emergency dispatcher, by the way, may also offer you specific action steps to take while additional help is on the way to you. So don't hang up the phone, stay on the line, and they will continue to help you while other help is on the way. Now, cardiopulmonary resuscitation, or what we often call CPR, is an additional life-saving task that you can take if the victim is in a condition where their heart either stops or stops beating effectively. And to do that, there are a couple of things that you're going to want to do. Two key actions are you're going to want to pump on that patient's heart fast and deep from the top of the chest, and you're also going to want to give breaths. However, CPR now can be performed with just chest compressions. We call it hands-only CPR, and that's an effective way to keep someone viable until advanced paramedic help can arrive on the scene. So, in order to do effective CPR, the first thing you need to do is be able to determine that your scene is safe. The area that you want to work in has to be safe for you as a rescuer, or you're not going to be able to help the person who is actually in need of CPR. Then the next thing is you want to tap the victim and make sure that they're not able to be awakened. Are you okay? Are you all right? In a very loud tone of voice will determine whether or not they are responsive. The next thing you want to do is check and see if they are breathing. You're also going to call out for help. So you want to try and find someone who you can say, help, call 911 and bring an AED. An AED just stands for Automated External Defibrillator. So if the facility has an AED, the staff or volunteers will know what that is about and they'll bring one to you. Next, you want to check and see if there's any kind of breathing happening with the victim. And you can do that by looking at the general skin on the patient. Is it pale and sweaty, or is it ruddy and has full color? And if not, is their chest moving up and down at all? And that includes their belly. Is it moving up and down regularly? If not, they may not be breathing and you'll need to do hands-only CPR. If there's no response and there's no breathing, you want to find a position to start CPR. And we do that by placing your hand at the very upper tip of the armpit and rolling your hand into the breastbone, which is in the middle of the chest. With your other hand, put that palm on top of your first hand and straighten out your arms so that your elbows are locked and they behave like pistons. And you're going to push straight up and down, fast and deep, counting out as you go. 4, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10, 11, 12. Now you're going to keep this up until there are other rescuers, other trained rescuers, or someone who also knows CPR is able to take over for you. But don't stop while they enter the room. Wait until they're right on top of the victim and ready to take over. And after each push, you're going to try and let the chest move back up to a normal state so that the best possible pumping continues. And finally, you want to keep this going until advanced training takes over. It's the best chance that your victim has to survive.
Hey, Mr. Matthews. How's it going?
Oh, hi, Mia. How are you?
Yeah, happy
Yeah, take up a seat.
senior lunch day.
Oh, thank you.
How's lunch today?
It's very healthy.
Hey, well, that's what we're trying to do.
Well, it's,
I'm sorry.
it's great. No, it's really great.
Yeah, well, we have you all signed up for the whole month, so
Oh,
you should be good to
you're
go.
a sweetheart. That's wonderful.
Torturous, healthy food.
Excellent, excellent. You know, I have friends coming in town. I want to show them around. I'm going to take them to senior lunch just to show them what a good meal looks like.
Perfect. They might learn some health tricks.
Yeah, well, they are old, but they might learn still.
Yeah. Who was the one guy that you were talking about who was coming in from, where was it?
Oh, Michigan, yeah, my buddy Barry is coming in, and oh man, he's such a character. You're gonna love him. He's so fun.
Mr. Matthews? Mr. Matthews, are you okay? Oh my goodness, Mr. Matthews, are you okay? Can somebody get some help? Can somebody call 911? Mr. Matthews?
What's going on?
Alex, he seems to be unresponsive.
It doesn't look like he's breathing.
Yeah, it doesn't look like
Let's
it.
get him on the ground, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna grab his arm here. I'm gonna support his head. I'll get him on the ground. Mr. Matthews, we're gonna be getting you some help. Okay. I'm gonna check his breathing. I'm not hearing any breathing and I'm not seeing any chest rise.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and do hands-only CPR.
Okay.
Okay? So I'm gonna put my hand over here underneath the armpit, slide the base of my hand over to the middle to find the breastbone, put my other hand over it, and then pump deeply, pretty quickly. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and can you run and grab 911 while I'm doing this?
I'll do that. I'll go call.
Mr. Matthews, we're getting you help.
County 911, what is the exact location of your emergency?
Logging you to school.
All right, and that is 7000
Yes, it is.
Hi, sir. What's going on there?
I think someone's not breathing. I see somebody doing CPR right now.
Okay, where on the school ground is this person?
We're in the front building, the community building.
Okay, and approximately how old is this?
I think he's about 80 years old. Doesn't look like he's breathing.
Okay, and do you know anything about what happened before he stopped breathing?
I
He
think
fell
he was
from the table.
he was talking to somebody and he grabbed his chest and he fell onto the table.
Okay, is there someone there doing CPR, or if you'd like, we can give you instructions over the phone in doing CPR?
One of the volunteers is doing CPR. She looks like she knows what she's doing.
Okay, very good. Is there an AED on the premises?
I think so. Do we have an AED? There is.
Okay, I want to make sure that you get the AED out, and what I'm going to do is stay on the phone with you. We've already started telephone away, so they'll be there in a few minutes. I'm going to stay on the line, and I just want to make sure that you're able to do CPR and apply the AED.
Okay.
Will you stay on the line with me?
Yes, I will.
Okay. And just let me know if anything changes with the victim before the help arrives.
Okay.